Hey everybody, it's Robert Peeler, your community manager here at Square Enix. I'm here with Raio Mitsuno, the product manager for Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, and today we're going to be unboxing the Mark of Mastery edition. It's the first collector's edition for a 3DS title, am I correct?
It's also the first for Kingdom Hearts for North America.
So there we go. A lot of firsts.
Yeah.
But before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about what brought this to pass?
First and foremost, this game is a follow-up to Kingdom Hearts 2. So for all you fans that have been waiting for a follow-up and seeing what happens to Sora and Riku, this title is it. But not only that, this year marks the 10th anniversary for the Kingdom Hearts series. So just considering all that, just wanted to do something special to commemorate this particular title.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the outside package here, what you'd see right at the store when you pick it up.
Sure. Well, first and foremost, the main beauty is what's inside, obviously. But the sleeve itself, we wanted to keep it instantly recognizable. So we have a big logo up front with like the Argyle pattern behind it. We just wanted to keep it clean and just recognizable. The back itself will highlight some of the bonus items that you get within this Mark of Mastery package, along with some screenshots that kind of highlight the main game features. But yeah, this really is just a tease for the beauty that's inside.
Now you brought up the Argyle pattern on the back. Can you tell us a little bit more about, where this design came from?
Sure. Officially, I think the Argyle pattern started at around Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. The icon motif, we started using it back in 358 Days Over 2. But really, each title has a unique set of patterns. So there are mainstay icons. You see the Mickey silhouette, the Keyblade, the crown, the heart. Mm-hmm. But specific to each title, you have icons that are unique to that. So you actually see the icons for the Spirit, Dream Eaters, and also the Nightmare Dream Eaters. Okay. So you could kind of, if you're really savvy, you could just tell which title the Argyle pattern is representing.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. What do the other ones have on them typically?
The Birth by Sleep pattern had the Unversed logo on it.
Okay.
The Days one had, I believe, the Nobodies and the...
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. That's really neat. Nice piece of trivia for some hardcore fans. All right, well, without further ado, let's open her up.
Do you want to take the honors of doing this?
Sure. I'll get this first package. I actually really prefer opening up a nice plastic sleeve. Be the first one to open it. Even my own home. Let's see. There we go. Nice and clean cut.
Yes. Just so everyone watching knows that this is the real deal.
Yeah. No fakes here. This is the package as it arrives. Okay, let's get rid of that. And why don't you lift up that top protective sleeve?
Sure. So here we have the main box. Similar to the outer sleeve, but we use the dark pattern instead. So it kind of plays with the light and darkness theme that we have for the title. On front, we have the logo big. Behind it, we have so you can see it, the 10th anniversary logo. The 10th anniversary logo to represent that this is a special product.
Nice.
But it might be hard for you to see through the video, but we have the Argyle pattern kind of on the whole box itself.
Yeah, it's repeated here.
Yep. It's the same pattern, the black motif instead of the silver on the outer sleeve. So yeah, once you have it in your hands, you can really take a look at it.
It's sort of like a gloss reflection compared to the rest of the mat. Very nice. Cool. All right. Well, let's open it up.
All right. Sure. So we have here this is what it looks like when you first open the package. You have obviously the game itself on the left side. Let's take that out for a second. The AR cards, there's 5 of them that you'll get. We'll go through these in a second. On the right side, you have the set of postcards, the commemorative art cards that highlight the entire series.
Okay.
And last but definitely not least, we have the special Kingdom Hearts themed 3DS protective case.
Gorgeous.
Yep. So we'll go through each of these items in a second. So let's start with, I guess, the game.
Yeah, why not? Now, for anyone who doesn't get the Mark of Mastery edition, if you pick up your regular standard edition copy, this is basically what you get. So you're getting an additional unboxing just for those fans as well. Let's we got a cut in there.
Go ahead. You're the unwrapping master.
I'm gonna come with the plastic. It's just more fun. There you go.
So, main game package. I'm sure you guys seen the front online and in stores. Here's the official back of the package, highlighting kind of the story elements, the main features, and a bunch of screenshots. Let's go ahead and open this up. You have your Square Enix Members registration card. We actually have a Club Nintendo registration card as well. We have the game manual, tells you everything about the game before you get into it, and obviously the game cartridge. But you might notice that we have Dream Eaters in the little squares that we have for the packaging. This is something we like to do for a lot of our titles, but yeah, we like to take use of everything about the package that we can, and because the 3DS package does have these squares.
That's a really cool bonus.
Yeah,
actually.
we usually just put little characters behind it. You can take it out and see that it's one cohesive thing, but in the package itself, it looks like a fun little...
Yeah, reflected through the window here.
Exactly.
Very cool.
So you have that, and obviously your game cartridge.
Nice. The manual itself is pretty simplistic, but it's looking like it uses most of that Argyle pattern as well. It's kind of just detailing all the different standard stuff you normally see, but a little look into the system itself, the mechanics of how to play, your basic controls, some of the rewards you receive through combat.
Anyone used to our manuals knows it's very detailed and will get you going. It's a good read before the game, but you could go right in and look at it when you want to.
And what's this all about?
That's a cross-sell for one of our merchandise items, the Meow Wow plushie doll, which will be available soon, I believe. It's a nice size to it. It's not super tiny. It's not super big, but yeah, it's a cute little plush of the first Dream Eater that Sora gets in the game.
Must have for
Yep.
All right.
Let's open up these AR cards. So we have a set of 5 AR cards for this title, or for the Market Mastery Edition. As a pre-order item, you get 3 of these cards.
Okay.
So you actually get 2 more by ordering the Market Mastery Edition. We'll just go through the cards real quick. This first one is kind of the wild card AR card. It actually will unlock one of Pseudo-Neku, Majesty, or Circus. Every playthrough you'll unlock a different one, but you can't get all 3 in one playthrough. That's one of the cards. This one acts as a podium, so whenever you're interacting with your Dream Eaters, usually they're just out and about on wherever your camera's facing. So if they're on your desk, they're just roaming around.
Sure.
And they actually happen to drift away sometimes, and you'll have to kind of find them.
Did you catch them?
Exactly. But if you use the podium card, they actually stay there,
Okay.
and they won't move, and you could actually move your camera around them to see kind of all their different angles and the details and things like that.
Okay.
So this is the podium card. This card is called, or this Dream Eater is called the R&R Seal. This guy's kind of quirky. He fights, he has a really high risk, high reward type of fighting style. So he'll actually throw items in the battlefield, and it's kind of like a roulette system where sometimes it'll damage the enemies, and sometimes it might even damage you. But it's kind of a fun guy to play as. Yeah, so that's R&R Seal. This guy is called the Fruits Cat. He or she is a very the Fruits Cat and the Neko Cat, the 2 similar Dream Eaters in the game.
Okay.
They kind of use song and dance to fight with their enemies. So they'll do various attacks that have a wide range effect with their music and their dancing, and they're just really fun to watch when they're fighting. So that's the Fruits Cat. Then we have Cab Cannon. This guy shoots projectiles from his I don't know if we call it a horn or something like that, but he basically shoots projectiles at the enemies, and he can even target them specifically and use status effect inflicting ammo and things. So
nice.
He's a strong ally to have. But yeah, these are the 5 cards. All these Dream Eaters are rare versions of the ones that you can find in the game.
Okay.
But these guys are a little bit more beefed up and stronger, and usually. Oh, and the one thing to mention is that all these Dream Eaters you could get in the game itself. You could just get the recipes and the items necessary to create them, but they're going to be very difficult to do so, which is why we're offering it in the Market Mastery Edition as kind of a
shortcut.
Exactly. Right off the bat, you could have 4 really strong Dream Eaters in your party.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. So those are the AR cards. Let's go to the art cards.
Before we open that up, how's this Argyle pattern different from the outside package?
This is different because this actually entails a lot more. You actually have the Nobodies, you have Heartless, you have the the Unversed, then you have your Mickey, your crown and everything.
There's a star fruit in there.
The star fruit. I think this represents the. I may be mistaken. Sorry if I'm wrong. For all of you more savvy people out there, I believe this one represents the Wayfinder in Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
It's the little charm that Aqua gave to Terra and Ventus before they took on the Market Mastery exam. But yeah, all these motifs are just kind of the legacy icons throughout the game. Even this one that represents Roxas. So it kind of has, this is the set of art cards that represent the whole series. So it's kind of appropriate that this particular case
contains everything.
Exactly.
Is this a unique pattern that hasn't been seen before?
Not with all these icons used.
Yeah.
We've
all
used
together.
Right.
This is
the first time we've done it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get in here. There's a set of, I believe, 12 art cards total. They go through basically the whole series, all the titles, even the ones that were only released in Japan. They are included in this. Obviously, Kingdom Hearts, the one that started it all.
Yeah, it looks familiar.
Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Japan only release. But actually on the back, we list out the year and the region of where it was released.
Okay, so for this first one, that's Japan and North America.
Correct.
Okay.
So that when it came out, where it came out, if it only came out in Japan or if it came out in North America as well. Chain of Memories, our Game Boy Advance title. Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Plus. And this is one of the Japan-only titles, Kingdom Hearts Mobile. I believe this is a mobile and a web-based title for Kingdom Hearts. Kind of uses the same character motifs as a Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. Yeah. It was designed by the same artist. Kingdom Hearts Coded, originally just a mobile game in Japan, and we brought it over as recoded for North America. 358 Days Over 2. Birth by Sleep. Recoded. Birth by Sleep Final Mix. And last but definitely not least, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance.
Let's talk a little bit about this cover art. So this is the same thing you see on the main game package,
Correct.
Obviously.
And also what you see in the background right there.
Exactly. Can you tell us a little bit about kind of like what brought this design, what inspired it all?
The key art, this is the main key art for the campaign that we've been using. It's the most identifiable one that we've had for this particular campaign. But what we usually do, and what Tetsuya Nomura usually does when he draws his main key art for the title is he takes into consideration what the tagline means and what that means to him. And the tagline for this game is darkness becomes light, light falls into darkness. It's not something that makes sense right off the bat. You have to play the game and really see the whole story through to, and then you have that moment where you're like, oh, that's what it means. And this particular key art does kind of reflect that messaging. I don't want to reveal the story plots or anything, but just know that this ties heavily into that darkness becomes light, light falls into darkness tagline.
That's a cool concept how like just the main key art and the cover art for the box really reflects the whole content concept of the story. Everything
is done to have a meaning in the end. It might not make sense right off the bat, but once you kind of experience it for yourself, then you'll get what it all means, and everything just has a much bigger significance.
It's going to click. You're going to finally find out what's going on and what's going to lead into future Kingdom Hearts releases.
The future of the title, yes. So those are the art cards. Let's go into...
That's my favorite part. Been looking forward to it.
Special Kingdom Hearts branded 3DS protector case. Let me open this package. So we have a little instruction, how to attach it to your DS and how to remove it. Things not to do with it, like eat it.
Don't eat it, alright?
Yes. So it's broken up into two pieces. This is the little filling that we had in here. This is the top portion of it, the bottom portion of it, and obviously your 3DS will be sandwiched in between. But this, again, as you might notice, has the icon motifs, so it kind of carries through the entire series. So you see Nobodies and Heartless and Roxas one, right, the Keyblade. Then you have Sora and Riku right here, 10th anniversary logo right here. So yeah, this is just a nice way to kind of spruce up your 3DS a little bit.
Yeah, and this clear plastic, I mean, it's going to reflect differently, obviously, with each color 3DS that it's being used for. So
I have it on my red 3DS, and it actually has a really nice subtle. You notice, and you're like, oh, that's really nice. And,
nice.
Yeah. You might have noticed that some of these items were part of the Japanese anniversary box offer that they had earlier in the year, including the art cards in this case. You know, we always know that, you know, our friends usually say Japan gets all the cool stuff, and, you know, North America doesn't get it. But
it's not fair.
Yeah, but we're bringing it over this time, and so you're not missing anything out. Obviously, the anniversary box in Japan also included 358 Days Over 2 and Recoded. We're only, you know, obviously including Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, but you get this awesome little package here, and the components that were included in the Japanese release. So hopefully,
I think it's a fantastic deal.
I hope so. I hope people feel the same way.
And then I'd imagine most, you know, hardcore fans already have their own copy of 358 by 2.
Exactly.
We won't need it, but so this is a good collection, I think, for first collector's edition of a Kingdom Hearts title in North America.
There's actually one more thing I want to show with the box itself.
Okay.
So
surprises.
Yes, more. So once you open the package, these inserts, you know, the trays hold all the components together. We actually notice that you see something underneath it. And you could actually take these trays out.
Believe you can take them out.
Yes. I'm having a little trouble right now, but yes, they can be removed. And once you remove the trays, you notice that there is art printed on the inner cover. Both of these you may have seen already. The one on the left is similar to the one that you see right here. It's actually kind of they're kind of like pairs, you know. They're opposites, so you see that the characters are you know, switched, and also the background sky is kind of a sunset color rather than this you know, day color motif. This also is because of the tagline, the darkness becomes light, light falls in darkness. They both actually are appropriate for that tagline. And once you play the game, you'll understand why each of these do work for that tagline and the significance of each one, because they're slightly different in meaning, but they both make sense, and they're both kind of that insider's understanding that the developers want you to kind of
playing
retain.
into like a circular or Mobius concept.
Exactly. And then this particular key art was one of the first ones that Tatsunuma actually drew for the title. We haven't used it very prominently, so some of you may or may not have already seen it. But this also plays into kind of the storyline motifs. You have, you know, Sora falling from the sky. You have Riku. You have Mickey over there, and you see that, you know, it's a very conceptual type of art. It does kind of go into the main storyline. So you see Sora kind of falling from the sky. You see the distance between all three of them and the relationship kind of that they're near each other but they're kind of far from each other. That's a main theme that's recurring throughout the game because Sora and Riku are they're both in this adventure through the Sleeping Worlds, but they're not together. And they feel close to each other, but they're still far apart.
In different ways.
Exactly. So this key art kind of incorporates those themes and elements in it too. But it's just another piece of art that fantastic, you know, original piece of art that we haven't used much. So.
Well, I mean that's about it. We put it all back together, and tell us a little about the release dates coming up. July 31st.
July 31st for North America. For those of you who happen to be watching from Europe, it's out this Friday, so you guys get a little bit of head start. So look forward to that. But yeah, in a couple weeks, well, actually less than 2 weeks full, you'll actually...
It's getting close.
It's getting close. We're almost there. Hope you guys are looking forward to it as we are. July 31st.
Nice. All right. Talk to you guys later, and thanks for checking this out. And be sure to follow us on _members_NA and at Kingdom Hearts on our Twitter. And check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/SquareEnix and facebook.com/Kingdom Hearts. See you guys later.